the good old days of people picking up hitchhikers. Now, never mind you watch the film Hitch Hike and go, I'd never do that again. You go, but in the normal sense, you see maybe people going from, this is a rural town. So you'd know if they're on that road, they're heading to the city and there's only one bus or two buses a day. And maybe when you spot the individuals in question, go, they wouldn't be that well off. And they're trying to get a lift to save a couple of quid for their pension or that type of thing. And in the same breath, you're going, I have an empty car, I'm going that way. I am not allowed to stop. I cannot stop because every insurance thing I've seen is I am now suddenly responsible for them. Picking them up, letting them off, getting them in and out of the car, where I dropped them. They're not anyone I know, they're not my friend. They're like, you try and be neighbourly, but at the same time, the statistics out there are saying these are the ones that sued you. These are the ones that tripping up on their own handbag on the way out of the car, it's your fault. And I'm going, leave them to it for the sake of a bus fare. Actually, roll down the window and throw a fiver at them. It's easier. It makes more sense. It's the days of that. It's the terrible thing that is, the insurance culture has caused this change of empathy in a lot of us and businesses too, because we can't afford to take the risk of not being in business next year or not being, or someone suing us in our own car for giving them a lift to the bottom of the road. And I'm going, what can go wrong will go wrong. And, but I hate to say it does go wrong.
I heard of a story in Scotland where someone was travelling down the road and that somebody had actually escaped from a psychiatric ward in a hospital. They'd actually stopped. They'd actually called an ambulance. The ambulance came, picked them up and took them. Now, they had to give their details. And the following day, they got a bill for £700 or £800 for the ambulance call because they'd actually called out an ambulance. And they said, well, you called it out. You took responsibility. You now have to pay for the fee. That's the
language. Exactly. You called it. You took responsibility. It's your bill.
Do what it says on the tin. Follow and share.